If you're ignoring the institutional signals we're about to break down, you are risking missing the next major market reversal.
While everyone was getting distracted by a few weeks of tiny outflows, they completely missed the real story, a massive $1.9 billion retreat by the bears.
And stick with me, because by the end of this analysis, you're going to have the exact price levels that will confirm the bull run is officially back on. All right, let's get into it. So for what felt like forever, the last month has just been negative, right? All you heard about was outflows and the price going sideways. But that whole story? Well, it just got completely rewritten. Okay, just look at this chart. This is what's so wild. You've got 4 straight weeks of bleeding, creating this really bearish picture, and then, bam, in one single week, a huge $1.1 billion inflow doesn't just stop the bleeding, it wipes out all that negativity from the entire month. This isn't some slow turnaround. This is a massive statement from institutional money.
So who's driving this? Let's be clear, this is not your average retail investor. This is the sound of the institutional whales waking up, and the signals they're sending are they're undeniable.
And that 1.1 billion? It's way more than just a number on a screen. Think of it as a huge vote of confidence from the smartest money in the room. After weeks of just watching from the sidelines, they are jumping back in big time and telling us they see a ton of value right here. And check this out. This isn't some random opinion. This is a direct quote from a new AI report by BlackRock, the world's biggest asset manager. They are literally saying that the US government's growing debt is going to push people into Bitcoin. When BlackRock says that, you really have to listen.
And the floodgates just keep opening wider. Charles Schwab is now in the game. We're talking $11.6 trillion in assets under management. That's more than the economy of most countries. And it's a huge pool of money, mostly from older, traditional investors, that's about to get super easy access to crypto for the very first time.
And hey, this isn't just talk. They've put out a clear timeline. The announcement is out, and by the first half of 2026, their clients will be buying Bitcoin and Ethereum directly. This is happening. It's officially on the calendar.
So, you've got all this institutional money getting ready to pour in. But on top of that, the whole economic picture is shifting, and it's shifting hard, from a headwind to a massive tailwind for crypto.
I mean, just look at what's happening with the Fed. The market is now betting heavily on a rate cut on December 10th, with probably another one right after that. Cheaper money is basically rocket fuel for assets like Bitcoin. And if you get a pro-crypto guy like Kevin Hassett, who used to advise Coinbase, as the new Fed chair, wow, that changes the game. All right, we're about to get to the biggest signal of them all, the real smoking gun. But really quick, if you're finding this analysis useful, do us a huge favor here at Crypto Global News and just take a second to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. It honestly helps us keep digging up this kind of data for you.
And while you're at it, hit that little bell icon too. That way, you get an alert the second we drop a new breakdown. Trust me, you don't want to be late to the next big market move.
Okay, now for the main event. In my opinion, this is the single biggest sign that the tide has turned. This is what tells us the bears aren't just taking a break, they are running for the hills.
$1.9 billion. That's how much money was yanked out of products that bet on Bitcoin's price going down. And that was in just 1 week. This isn't just taking profits. This is full-on capitulation. They're giving up. And here's the kicker. This is the exact fuel you need for a massive short squeeze. As the price rises, they're forced to buy back in, which just pushes the price even higher. They're literally about to fuel the rally they were betting against.
Okay, so we've got institutions buying, the macro environment is looking great, and the short sellers are surrendering. So what now? What are the exact price levels we need to watch for confirmation? Let's get to that promise I made you at the beginning.
Here it is, your step-by-step guide. Step 1, we need to break through and hold $98,000. That's the 50-week moving average, a really key technical level. Step 2, we need to reclaim that big psychological $100,000 stronghold. And finally, step 3 is when those levels become support and we start making new higher highs. That's when you get the confirmation. This is your checklist.
So let's just wrap this up. You have BlackRock, you have Charles Schwab, you have billions in institutional capital placing their bets. The bears are running for cover in historic numbers. The data could not be any clearer. So the only real question left is, are you ready for what comes next?
Stay ahead in the crypto market. Subscribe now for the latest global news and updates.